What's up, guys? Well, we're not doing the upper control arms today. Man, I am fucking shot. Got the right hand side done of the Scarebird install. I bought this back in the day for a total of $80. I bought the ABS version because I was looking on there anyway to. We're gonna do the driver's side with you. Where I was looking on there to buy a new one, and they go for around $170 now. So I don't really think this is worth it anymore. $170, all you get is that and these bolts over here. It's fairly easy. This side looks like a little more crusty. I hit this. There we go with some PB Blaster. I'm going to show you a couple other spots and some tricks to take them off if they get stuck. On the other side, this came off pretty easy. We're changing the brake lines to braided and this to disc. There we go. Okay, so what you're going to... The first thing you're going to do, get your car up in jack stands, put the e-brake down so you can take this, the drum hat off. Don't wear it as a hat though, while the brake just probably rot your brain. Immediately, this one is stuck. Go back with hammer. There we go. Whew. Breathe in all that brake dust. Put the cap over here. Next thing you're gonna want to do, make your life a little easier, take this middle part out with the screwdriver. Gonna get this should be indented. You're going to put a little screwdriver that fits in there. Bend it out a little bit. Be a 32, same as the front. The other side just came right out. This one looks like it's going to need a little bit. There we go. Looks good. Nothing's leaking. No sounds. Should come out fairly easy. Leave that off to the side. If you have a drum brake like pliers set to take them apart, use that. Otherwise, some needle nose would work just fine, and with the help of a screwdriver, fairly easy. There's gonna be two little things on each side. You can push down the one end and twist them. I'm just throwing everything in the drum. I'll keep them in a box. These are barely even used. I doubt I'll ever put them in anything, but who knows. And I think the easiest thing to do is probably just I'll tell you what I did there in just a second. If I can get this out. Then there's going to be the brake, e-brake on the bottom, emergency brake. You can just pull the tip piece. Trying to keep it all together. I can show you what I did. You can just pull that, slide it out. So some of it fell apart. This is the wheel lock or brake lock that extends. all I did, all I need to show you really, is this was like this, with the spring holding it together at the top. Yoink. And there's a spring on the bottom as well. Basically a spring top and bottom with that lock in the middle. I pulled this with the spring around the lock, or the spread, or whatever that is. Hopefully you can see that. And I just pulled this around and slid it all off. Now, the next step for taking this off, you got four 14s here, but you also have this. This is the little lock for the emergency brake. Get a 12mm, slide it on here. And that's gonna, might need some help with the hammer. I did on the other side. It's gonna compress all the tabs down and you'll be able to pull it out. Okay, so there's a 10mm, just bunk the mic, you can see it. There's the brake line right there. Camera's not gonna focus, but it's right there. Try and get that one off first. Oh, but it's going. Let's go, baby. Before we take that all the way out, let's see what we got. That decided to come out. If that one doesn't work, there is one. Follow the line all the way. Keep banging the mic. This one right here, I don't know if it's gonna focus on it. Can't really see it, but there's that. It's like right here. That you could take that one out. You're gonna need to take this bracket off anyway. And then there's one up here. You take off. That one needs to come out anyway. There's also this tab. You can just grab pliers and pull at the top like this. Here, I'll show you with the vice grips, but I was using needle nose on the other side. Bottom. Doing that until it slides off. Those are all gonna need to come out. There's one on the other side too. If you're changing the line, which I recommend. I got steel line, we're gonna do that. Be back when that's all done so I can show you how to take this off. Brake line's out. I was able to disconnect it there and on the back of the drum brake right there, and then I just slid it through that hole. Yoink, right over there. Made a little mess. It's laying in the grass over there. Like it should be. Now that this is no longer mounted, you can move this piece so all the bolts are out. Should be a lot easier to take this out. Should just be able to slide it. Okay, you can just slide this through. Make sure you don't drop your bucket that's with all your old ass brake fluid. Next you want your bracket. There's I don't know if you can still buy this or if you have an old one, you may be watching this video, but there's different spindles for the different brackets. It comes with supplied hardware. I would use it. It's a little bit longer bolts than the ones that are already on there with little lock washers. So other videos, I don't know if it's different, the different brackets or whatnot, people said they have different sized bolts. Mine, they are all the same. Those are gonna be 17s. That. Next, the hub could go back on. While I am over here too, we're gonna put the brake line on. This is what I have. Yoink. It screws up there. It goes around back. But where's the caliper at? Here we go. I just spray painted this black because I wanted to match everything. This sits on the front. I'm just gonna hold it there while I make sure that when I screw this in, it's gonna go. No, that's the way I want it. Perfect. That right there is how it's gonna go in. There's a little loop in here that this goes up a little more. You're gonna take a 10mm to that, crank it down, not super tight, and that's a 17, the one I have at least, so you could hold that. Tight it down. You can see where the old threads used to go up to, probably somewhere around there, maybe a little bit more. You don't want to go super tight and strip it. And then this is where it comes out over here. And I'll be back because I got to take a walk because my back is killing me. Alright, we're back. The only thing I've done since the last clip was spill all my fucking brake fluid, get pissed, put the wheel bearing the nut, I torqued that down, put this cap on, and I got this caliper bracket on. All it is 217s right there and one below it. That's all you do. To put that on, you need to put the rotor on first. The rotor sits in here. All I'm gonna do is put the bottom one on. I'll show you why in a second. Just loosely. So we're gonna do that so we can put this down. We're gonna put the brake pads in. So it comes with 3 brackets. This guy, this long boy, I'm gonna show you where to put that, and 2 identical brackets. Okay, there we go, 2 identical brackets. Grease them up. The little tab's I'm gonna show you this up close, but the little tab's gonna sit inside of there. Those brackets go right there. There's a little tab that sits inside there. Yeah, there we go. And then the brake pads are gonna go on. The one with the tab on it, the one with the tab on it goes on the inside. And then this guy is gonna sit, you found the easiest way to do it, it goes inside here. Just slide it right on. Nope, or not. We can just not do that. Get my hands all greasy. So 14. Top one on snug, because I'm going to take the bottom one out and grease him up just a little bit. Alright, lastly, I'm going to use the hardware that came with the braided brake lines. I got some washers with the brake caliper set. One washer on the inside of this, and one's going to be on the outside. It's going to hook the brake line up. And that's also a 14. Get this out of the way so I don't spill it again. Show you what that all looks like. Alright, so that's on there. Get that right there. The leader should always be on top. It comes up on the elbow here, runs around, and there's no more bracket here. The coilover is going to go here, so I'm going to use this to zip tie or maybe make a bracket over on here. You can't run it through. None of these sides fit through this hole. The only thing after this, which is going to be the hardest part, is running the emergency brake. This doesn't have any screws. There's no screws behind it to hold the rotor from wobbling, so when you put your wheels on, it's going to hold it on there, and the brakes, when the brakes get tight. Other than that, let's check the other side, make sure I did everything right. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I wanted to check. These need to be flat, and it is like that on the bottom as well. Perfect. When I do run the e-brakes, it's going to go through here. That's all she wrote. Microphone on. Okay. So I got the rear e-brakes installed. I didn't have the pins, and it didn't come with the kit. I swear I brought a full kit. So I just cut some bolts down and put them on there temporarily. Use some Loctite, like some blue Loctite, so you'll be able to take it off. These weren't that much of a pain in the ass as I thought they were going to be, as people said in videos and whatnot. Got it ran through there. I didn't remember which hole it went through. I just ran it through there because it seemed like the most closest to from sticking out into the rotor and whatnot. Pretty snug. I'm going to go in there and show you exactly what I did. Again, not too much of a pain in the ass. Cars up in the air. These are the old ones. There are a right and left, or driver passenger side e-brake difference. the cables, so make sure you buy the right parts. I got the Dorman. I threw them out over here actually. You get them from Dorman. This is the driver's side one. This is the passenger side one. Go underneath the car. The only thing you're gonna need is a 10 and a 10 mil to take off. Let's see what we got here. Those guys up there for the shroud. Just makes your life easier. You could take the exhaust off too. I didn't have to, and I didn't want to. But 10 mils up there. That's all you're gonna need for the 10. There we go. Then the rest of these are all going to be 12 mils. All these bolts that hold the brackets on for the cables. There's one right there. There's one right there. And then there's one up here that's behind the shroud. Right there. And then they run up into there. I couldn't get the rubber, there's rubber grommets. They just run straight into that. You push the rubber grommets in. I couldn't get them in, so I just jammed them in as good as I could. The other side's a little more tricky. We're gonna go down there. Still the same thing though. This bracket right here. This bracket right here, which you have to take these off. I just got these two right there, pulled this down, and I was able to get it. This one was a pain, and this is the only one that was a pain in the ass, this bracket right here, because there's a fuel, I don't know if it's evap or some bullshit, whatever it is. It's for maybe for the gas cap, recirculation, whatnot. Is behind here. There's just a bunch of lines. I didn't have to take anything off, but it was just a pain in the ass. And then there's that one bracket over there. Those are the only things you need to take out. Comes right out. You put this cable behind these straps for the fuel tank, and you're golden. Other than that, oh, my camera's going around. Give me a second. I got like a little mount for the camera, but it's not made for. This is a pretty small camera, but it's not made for bigger cameras. Then all you need to do is when you push it in here, there's two more 12 mils, and this is a 12 mil as well. You're gonna want to loosen that up as much as you can to put these in. This makes your life easier. This bracket comes out, so you just slide it up. Then you could push the old two out, new two come in, you just crank this down. And then I'm gonna wait till I put the car in. I have it tightened down quite a bit. Not compared to when the e-brake was on though. And then you can see it works. The right side's a little more tight than the driver's side is more than the passenger side. That's why you got this thing, but it works. I'm gonna wait until the car, I got the wheels and everything to really dial this in to make sure everything's working. But those are the emergency brake lines. The next thing I'm gonna do is the tie rod end, and probably turn this. Oh, I'm gonna make this brake line, and I'm gonna paint this black.